Hi guys. Okay, recently I was asked by one of my new subscribers who has not been with the channel very long, and as many of you may have heard, I broke 80,000 subscribers this week, which floors me. Thank you very much. I'm very humble and honored that you guys would share your time with me and would follow me. Thank you very much. But he had came in kind of late, and he'd heard about my haversack and that I would be doing another run of haversacks. And he never saw the video explaining the features and stuff of the haversack. And it has been over a year since I did that. So for those who have not seen, I'm going to go over the haversack. This is the Blackbird Haversack, and all the points of the design. This is the haversack that I have manufactured and sell. Now, along that same line, we are announcing today a new run. This run will start now and will deliver in mid to late August. Okay? At the end of the video, I'll give you the details on that. But first, let's talk about the Blackbird Haversack. Okay, the Blackbird is this big a haversack. This is fully loaded, full-size haversack. It is made of ripstop waxed canvas, factory produced, so it's not sticky when it gets hot or anything like that. It's fully seamed up. Now let's start with the strap. The strap on it has kind of evolved in the last year or two. But what it is you have the strap and you have this other sheath on it, okay? That's the length, not the full length of the strap, but a large piece of it. What this is for is to put a saw for a buck saw blade goes up into this. It will slide up in there. Just cover it with masking tape and slide it in. Typically, if I'm going to carry one of those, because I have a break apart one, you know, that comes apart, it's already hooked, you just reassemble it. But if I'm going to be carrying just the blade, we're going deep in there. And we're going to be setting up a base camp, in which case I'm going to just haul in the blade, or maybe two blades. And then I'm going to, out of the terrain there, using a little bit of bank line, I'm going to cut and make the frame for a buck saw. And whenever we leave, that buck saw will be staying at that camp. I'm not going to haul it back. So this is the way I'd carry that blade in there to set up a base camp, to have a buck saw in camp to stay at camp. So that's the way I did this. Now you can also, and the opening is in the front at the base, you can also get a small squirrel cooker that slides up in there, a file. There's all kinds of stuff you could slide up in there, and just put a cord to choke it off to keep it from coming back out. So it can be used as storage. Now, where it anchors to the pack, here and here to the haversack, in between there's a carry handle. We will talk a minute one of the special features of that carry handle. It can have all kinds of uses unto itself, and I use double D rings right here that I'll show you in a minute to make this a quick take off, quick deploy, where I can snatch this and the haversack just falls off of me. Because if you've ever fell in the water and got something hung and you're hung up and you can't move and you're trapped, you'll figure a way to get out. I've had to cut straps before. This way I can unhook it, but it also means that this haversack can be carried and worn multiple ways, and we're going to deal with that in a second. But this is the quick grab handle for it. Okay. Now you have a top flap. On the underside of the top flap is a heavy brass zipper, blue jean type zipper. This allows me to, while wearing it, flip the thing open like this and be able to get into it and get to my gear and not dump it out everywhere. You know, most haversacks don't have a closure up here, and the flap is just wasted space because nothing is being secured in it. I wanted it to be a separate pocket for my small quick grabs, like my little pieces of pre-made up bank line, bushcraft zip ties, etc., compass, etc., would be in here. And then we have the main body, which, as you can see, that is the main body size. And to me, it's about the right dimension for carrying on a haversack. The strap is long where you big guys can adjust it to fit you. On the back bottom, there is a strap that's been hooked up, sewed to it to turn it into a leg strap, carry strap, etc. Or like you see this, where I've got a small tarp roll set up on it to turn this into a little bit of a knapsack. Now let me adjust the strap and I'll show you how this can be used as a knapsack. Okay, what you do is you face the haversack toward you you take the strap, put it over your head, put your arm through it, put your other arm through it, and lay it flat against your back, like that. Then gripping it up here at the top, flip it up and over. Just like that. And that turns it into a small knapsack. Now you notice I've got my thumbs like this. I would put a piece of bank line right here to hold the pressure off my shoulders, so this doesn't cinch up as I breathe. So with just a piece of bank line right here, or a piece of paracord hooked up, I have turned that into a small overnight bag. Really easy. I can flip it back over when I'm ready to take it off. Since my strap detaches on one end, I can grab a hold of the carry handle, put it against my hip, reach around behind me, pull out the strap, come over here and go through both rings, like that, cinch it up until it completely comes back up onto, and then I can simply pull it, push it underneath, pull it up and make like a half hitch right there with that strap, just like that. That allows it to become a thigh bag that I can still access. Those loops at the bottom down there can be tied to my thigh so it doesn't bounce when I walk, so I can carry it as a knapsack, and I can also carry it this way. Why would I want to carry it this way? Maybe I need to be completely unencumbered in the top, or maybe I'm going to carry in a rucksack and I want this quick and handily available. This is just one option to carry it. With the haversack on like this, I've just simply put right there a piece of paracord to make a soft shackle. I can take and run the handle of a tomahawk through it, run it downhill and stick it through one of those loops that I've made below, and it becomes a carrying device so that I can carry a tomahawk or something like this, so I can easily pull it out, but at the same time it doesn't fall off of me, etc. The carry handle in the middle can also be utilized for that, to put it down into and carry like so, so it will ride onto the thing through that bottom loop and stay right there easy and wet to go. I want to be able to carry larger gear like my saw, my axe, my entrenching tool, whatever, if I needed to this way. Now, remember I mentioned that carry handle? If I take everything out of the haversack and I turn the haversack inside out like this, sometimes whenever I'm setting up a camp, I don't want to be next to the water source because there may be a lot of bugs, gators, snakes, or whatever other reason, where up here in this place is really nice and I got great breeze, but there's no water. The water's 300 yards down there in that bottom where it's hot and humid and I need to carry water from there to up here. By putting it on the inside out, the handle now becomes on the inside and it balances a lot better and becomes a water bucket, so I can carry water. Sorry, I had to walk down to the water source. There it is. Yes, it does drip just a little bit. That's okay. But it's full of water. So I would take a trash bag, dig me a shallow pit, put it into it, and then I would come up and pour. How much water does it carry? Quite a bit. Probably 3 gallons maybe. More than enough to make it worth the trip. Now why do you turn it inside out? Because you saw how much water I just carried in there. Now what I do when I'm done, I turn it right side out. This outside's still dry, right? Since it's wax canvas, I now turn it around just like this. And most of the water falls off. Now I can go hang out in the sun. That'll be dry in 10 minutes. And I can put my gear back in it. The outside is relatively dry, relatively, but because of that, I can carry 2 or 3 gallons of water back up to camp. Suppose I'm camping with several people and it is a little way down the water. I can take this and walk down there and come back with 2 or 3 gallons and fill up everybody's pots and pans for cooking, cleaning, whatever. One trip. So, if you would like to purchase one of the Blackbird Haversacks, the price is $85 each, and that will cover shipping within the United States. You will go to this email, which is DOWNNDIRTYWOODS with an S, woodscraft@gmail.com, and say I would like a Blackbird Haversack, and I will put you on the list. Once I sell out, there's a limited run of 50 haversacks, and for the NIGHTHAWK rucksack there will be 25. When those are sold out, I will announce they're sold out, and anybody that contacts me after that, I will put you on the list for the next run, so you will get a head start. The people that contact me, and the last time we did this, I contacted them almost a week ago now and let them have a head start to get in on this run. I will do the same for you if you don't get in with this run. So, I hope you've enjoyed the video. I hope you've got a better understanding of what the Blackbird Haversack is. And if you've got any questions, please put them down there in the comments and I'll be happy to answer them. Till next time, guys, I'm Blackie, wishing you safe journeys. Have a great day, guys.